Hello, beautiful merfolk, and welcome back to the Magical Mermaids Tarot channel. This is a requested reading. I have a Reddit page that I created for tarot readings. It's a place for people to practice giving tarot readings and to build up their skills. And have these voting polls that I've set up for people to, that are communicating with me, letting me know what readings that they want to see on my channel. The readings that went out this week were career guidance. I'm going to start with the career guidance. So I feel like you're having a flashback. You're having a flashback of the past, a bygone era. And it feels like you maybe had to go back to school. For some of you, I feel like maybe something that's held back your career was, this is interesting, okay? And I'm so sorry if you've had to deal with this. Well, we all have growing pains in life. There are lessons to be learned. And I feel that you learned a lesson in your past, okay? Perhaps you failed some tests in your past. It could be literally at school. Maybe you didn't do so well in school. Or perhaps for some of you, just for one or two of you, perhaps you committed a crime and you had to pay a price in your past, okay, held you back. Something you need to know about this though, I know that you think a lot about it. You get a lot of flashbacks about what you did wrong when it comes to your career. But spirit guides are trying to tell you that was a bygone era, okay? The past is the past. This is how you're winning, is that you didn't go back there. You're not doing that anymore, okay? If you failed a test or you broke the law or whatever, that was in the past, okay? Maybe you felt like the bad guy, okay? You felt like a criminal. Maybe you felt like you deceived. And spirit guides want you to know you did your time. You've paid the price. You can leave that behind now, okay? It's all it is at this point is a memory, okay? Do not let it be more than that, okay? Do not let this memory of your past dictate how you're going to handle your present, okay? It is time now to move forward, okay? And you are. You're keeping it as a memory, okay? And that's good. That's good. You're letting it stay as a memory, and that's fantastic. So I feel like you've been dealing with some crazy people. Crazy. I'm so sorry. I feel like someone you've been dealing with when it comes to your career, I think that they may have not been well mentally. And maybe they are undiagnosed as having they have a problem and they're just undiagnosed. They don't know it, and they exhibit a lot of signs and symptoms of what is wrong with them. And maybe you're dealing with mental health issues. That's possible. Right. Let me back up a little bit. I'm also seeing that for some of you, you got mistreated in the past when it came to your career. You have a bad guy that you're dealing with in your career from the past. This person was a bully. They bullied you. They kept you back. They held you back. You're done dealing with this person though. Perhaps this person got put away. They got exiled out of your life. They're no longer going to be having an influence that's holding you back. That's done with. You don't have to worry about this person anymore. That's just a message for a few of you. Now, I'm seeing that when it comes to your career, you got some characters that you dealt with in your career. Some of them were certifiable. There was one person in particular that was freaking absolutely Looney Tunes nuts. And maybe you didn't know it. Maybe you took it. Maybe they tried to make you feel like an idiot. You're not an idiot, fam. You're not an idiot. It's just that this person was so crazy, so delusional. They just will have some kind of psychiatric problem, okay? And they tried to make you feel like an idiot. They were heavy-handed with you. They did too much. Okay, if this person was responsible for training you, or they were a boss or something like that, they weren't right in the head. That's what spirit is showing, okay? I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing here. Okay, this person was batshit crazy, okay? And they were heavy-handed with you. And I see that you have left, you accurately determined there was something wrong with this scenario, and that it was time to go. That it was time for you to move on from this person. There was something wrong. You ran, you left. Good job. Okay? If this person was holding you back in some kind of way, you no longer have to deal with it. Or maybe you are thinking about running away from this person. Do it. Okay? Because, it's like dealing with someone irrational. You can't win. You can't ever be right. If you do a tiny thing, here comes the hammer. how can you make progress in that kind of an environment? I don't think so. Okay. So you've done the right thing moving on from this insane, heavy-handed, villainous scenario. You were dealing with possibly a criminal too, or someone who had some sort of agenda out against you. And I see now that they are serving time for this. They are suffering and paying a consequence for this right now. They are. Okay. Whoo, child. Drama. I see that now. And it wasn't your fault. That's the interesting thing you need to know, is it wasn't your fault. Okay. There is this situation where I feel like maybe you were stabbed in the back. Someone betrayed you. Perhaps they did a crime and pinned it on you. Or I feel though that you didn't take it lying down. You fought back. You fought back, fam. And I feel that you are winning. You used your intelligence to assess the situation and say, oh my gosh, I'm a victim. I'm being victimized. And I need to fight back. And so you did. And you have won. You've won this battle, fam. You have won. You had people behind you. You had someone defending you. Perhaps you had a legal team. You know, you've had people come through and help save your character and save your reputation for some of you, or save you from the situation. You applied your reason. You're brilliant. That's another thing. You are very intelligent. Perhaps some of you are detectives. Okay, you may actually literally be a detective and you solved crimes. Your IQ is very high. Someone tried to make you think that you weren't smart. Someone tried to make you think that you were dumb, that you were an idiot. And the first thing you need to work out is get that out of your head. Completely in your mind, in every scenario, in every memory where this person or this scenario comes up, label it idiot, label it dumb, label it criminal, label it unfair, label it just shady. You had the misfortune of dealing with this person or this situation, and I feel like it may have done a number on your self-esteem possibly, but you didn't let it stay there. You have pushed back. And I feel like some of you are very strong in math. You're very strong in science, logic, reasoning. You know how to put things together. You're very smart. I'm seeing Einstein level intelligence for some of you. So wow, I'm impressed. Thank you for coming by. You're brilliant. In fact, you're brilliant. Never forget it. Someone try to make you think otherwise. Don't let them win, fam. Don't let them win. Okay? This is how you are winning, is you have not let this person win. Morality, politician. I feel like some of you are winning because your reputation is very good. People view you as a good person. People view you actually as having good ethics, good morals. A lot of people would vote for you. A lot of people would vote for you. If the vote came up and you're in a poll and you are one of the names, many people would be like, oh yeah, I like my viewer. I like my viewer. That person is awesome. You have won the popularity contest. Okay? You've won the popularity contest because of your morals, because of your self-respect. You are politically correct too. I feel some of you know how to be politically correct. You know how to speak in such a way that most people are comfortable hearing you speak. You have that down. You have that down. Okay? So this is a strength of yours. You're very intelligent. I feel like some of you might be athletic. You know how to bounce back from difficulty. You're very resilient. Okay? No matter who tries to hold you back down, you know how to bounce back from that. That's a strength. That's a skill. Okay? I see that you're very moral. Okay? People like you, my viewer, are needed in this world in many career paths. I feel like some of you might want to go into politics. And please note that if you do, you have the ability to win the hearts and minds of many. And because of your ability to avoid double standards, your ability to be politically correct, your virtue, you're able to be abstinent, okay? I feel like some of you have been abstinent from sex. Is that possible? Wow. I feel like you're just so pure. You're so pure. You might be a Virgo or have Virgo on your chart or something. I don't know what it is, okay? You're winning popularity contests. If you went to go apply for a job, for instance, you would have a list, like a referral or references. You have a list of references a mile long of people who would vote for your character, who would say, oh yeah, he's great. She's amazing. She's flawless, amazing person. So this is where you're winning. You have some good references and you're very pure. Okay. I feel like, there are a lot of career paths where purity, morality is required. and you have it in troves. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now we have fate in businessmen. I feel like for some of you, your fate is to thrive in business. Okay, your fate is to thrive in business. You would make a good investor. You would make a good you see here, fate in businessmen. Stock person, like a tradesman, working at corporations. Perhaps you would be very good at startup companies. I'm seeing a capitalist. I'm seeing white collar. Some of you would be very good working in the white collar or white collar environment or corporation, and this is something you've already done. Actually, I see that for some of you. You already do very well in this sector. But I feel like for some of you, you've tried to lay this to rest. I feel like you've done well, but you feel like there's something more you would like. There's something, maybe you've put this in your past. But I see that fate brought you to this line of work where you're, Wall Street, stocks and bonds, working for corporations, investment companies, budgeting, maybe accountants, capitalist, whatever it is. Okay, I feel, or doing a startup company, becoming an entrepreneur. This is something that you are fated to do. Okay, I'm seeing that very clearly for some of you. Okay, let me see, how else are you winning? I see science for some of you coming up. You're strong in science. You're strong in helping the government, working with the government in the arms industry. I see that for some of you. Perhaps this is something that you feel called to. That's just for one or two of you. I'm getting some of you might be good writers. I'm getting Hitchcock, To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm just seeing that some of you might work with animals or birds, or you might want to. This is a strength of yours. Some of you might be into special effects, digital editing, working in the movie industry. When it comes to, like special effects, wizardry. Some of you might even be psychic. You might be interested in that as well. That could be a strength for you. Now, just take these as they resonate, because I feel like there's it's a group of you here. And so all the energies are coming out in the cards. So I'm just mentioning them as I'm seeing them so you can get confirmation. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see what the advice here is for you. We have life purpose and comfort. I feel like it's very important that as you choose your life purpose, I think you might be tempted to think, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be very rich. If that is your fate, it will come. Nothing will hold you back from it. But I feel that the foot you need to lead with in choosing your career or what your purpose is make sure that whatever you do, it's going to amount to you living comfortably. That's number one. Okay, you don't want to choose a job or career where you're hardly getting by. That's not what I'm seeing the cards for you. You deserve good things. And then also I'm seeing that, and you don't want to say any job that doesn't give me millions is not worth my time. Don't want to say that either. You want to pick a job or career that's going to bring you comfort, make you comfortable in life, because this is important to you thriving. Okay, what good is it if you find a job or you pick a line of work where you're making all this money, but you're not comfortable, you're stressed, you're not living a good quality life, you don't have time, you don't have work-life balance, you don't have time to go be with friends and family, you just sold your soul to this thing. No, you don't need that either. So whatever path you choose, it has to be a one where you can snooze if you want to. See the little cat enjoying their life. You need that. You deserve that. We have Writer and Windfall. Didn't I say I saw Hitchcock? Some of you have a book in you. You have a book in you. You have a book in you. And I'm seeing that it's a wonderful story. It's a magical story. Your words are magic. There is some book inside of you. Perhaps you have multiple books. And I feel that once you learn to channel these words effectively, just go ahead and start channeling, writing it down. Writing is a form of channeling. I'm a writer. I've written a book, and it's not published, but it's written, and I've had family members read it and everything. So what I'm seeing for you here is that perhaps you have a book in you that has to do with like how to manifest what you want in life. I also see that you might be a content writer. It might not be just a book. It might be for content, like putting stuff online. Okay, a content writer. I'm seeing that your words have the power to influence people. You know how to talk, say the right things where people are going to be, their ears are going to be buzzing. They're going to be like, wow, did you hear that? Oh my gosh, that's so inspirational. You're like that. That's a gift for you. And I see that you have a book in you that once you write it, it's going to bring you a windfall of cash. It's going to be like a bestseller. Yeah, it's going to be a bestseller, fam. You have a bestseller in you. If you're a writer, if that is what you're called to, do it. Okay, that's something you need to work on. Next, we're getting leadership and takeoff. So here's what I'm seeing with this is you are stepping into the role of a leader. You have some serious leadership traits. Okay, you are assertive. You know how to get going on things. It could be that you are an entrepreneur. Actually, you need to step into your power. You need to step into your power. Stop saying, oh, am I actually the one to do that? Or no, you are, fam. You are. And stop following the crowd out of fear of putting yourself out there. You're not meant to be like the rest. You're not meant to just do the regular job, go to school, get up, go get a regular job and work there, maybe at a series of jobs that are kind of like that, and then live a life of an uneventful life. And no, you're special. You are meant to create something. You're meant to start something off from the ground. You are. You're meant to be your own boss too. That's what I'm seeing. That you actually you're full of this passion. You're full of the stuff in bosses, the stuff in CEOs, the stuff in assertive entrepreneur-like type people. You have it. You have it. You're a self-starter. You're a self-starter. Lean into that. Okay. Now we're getting the rebel and student. So for some of you, like I said, you've rebelled against school. That might be possible. Perhaps you've rebelled against traditional paths. You've been like, but that's not for me. I know everybody does that, but that's not for me. Perhaps you have already. Or perhaps you guys are saying there's a traditional path. Perhaps you graduated. And everybody that graduated with your course of study usually goes to XYZ company and applies and does this job and works their way up the ladder. But for you, you're different. For you, you are meant to say, same scenario, you graduate, you're like, where do I go now? Start your own company. Start your own business. Be creative. I feel like you went to school, learned some things, and realized, oh, I don't agree with that. You're so smart. Your IQ is high. You're very intelligent. You're so smart that they taught you, and you were able to critique and analyze what they were telling you and say, no, that's not right. You learned, and then you said, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to rewrite how this aspect is done. I'm going to bring something new to the table. I'm going to bring new thoughts, new ideas to the conversation on a worldwide stage. Or I'm going to approach this differently than the way I was taught. Now that you've learned the traditional way, you are now realizing, but I can clearly see, you have the eyes to see that it should be done differently, so do it. This is who you are. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what other advice is coming down the pipeline for you. You're getting the Nine of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles, which came in reversed. Again, the King of Pentacles is an entrepreneur. Fam, it's like you've benched that part of yourself. You've told that part of yourself, go sit down. I don't want to deal with you. So, you have an opportunity in hand. You have an opportunity in hand right now. Spirit guides are advising you to persevere. Hang in there. Keep working it. Keep working it. Don't be afraid to be the King of Pentacles. This is who you are. There is a path that's been presented to you, a golden opportunity that's in your hand or that you are considering. And Spirit guides are saying, take it. Take it and stick with it. Or perhaps you already have it in hand. Stick with it. And this will lead you to become the King of Pentacles. If you don't stick with it, if you don't persevere, if you don't take this opportunity, you will not be the King of Pentacles. If you do, you will. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look then at the rest. Yeah, I feel like others have tried what it is you're doing. Others have tried it. Perhaps you have people around you who have stuck by your side as you do this thing. And they're encouraging you. It's not a lot. but they're encouraging you. They're thinking, but I love this. I love what you're doing. So you have a bit of a crowd going for yourself. You have supporters. You can see the animals. They're stuck in the wands behind you as you stand your ground. So you got some supporters. Stick with what you're doing because it's going to mature. It's going to materialize for you. Okay, you're going to become a very wealthy person. I see a mansion over there. I see you sitting very comfortably on the lands that you own. Whatever it is you're doing, it's going to lead you to wealth, fam. Okay. Next, we're getting, oh my gosh, the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. More pentacles. You're getting a lot of pentacles here. I feel that there's something that you are nurturing. There's something you're nurturing and that you should continue to nurture. Perhaps you're a nurturer. This is who you are. You are the kind of person who perseveres, sticks with opportunities, and nurtures them using your intelligence. You nurture things until, or this is what you're capable of. That's what the cards are telling you. And you are willing to, we're getting the Hanged Man, you're willing to set yourself aside. You're willing to accept discomfort. So spirit guides are advising you, accept discomfort, be patient. It may not look anything like what you're hoping for right now. It may look nothing like what you're hoping for. Spirit guides are saying, but the situation has you. You are the key component and the opportunity. You have an opportunity in hand and you are the key component. You are going to be applying your insight, your intelligence. You bring that to the table and you're going to be nurturing this thing and you're going to be accepting discomfort. You're going to be patient. You're going to wait. You're going to see that things don't look anything like what you're aiming for, but you're going to accept it. And you're going to sit and you're going to wait. Now, I feel like it might be something new because we're getting the Ace of Pentacles. This opportunity is something new because we're getting the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. And there's this idea that just because it's new doesn't mean it lacks, or maybe starting something new, a new opportunity. It's a good one. This is a good opportunity you're facing right now. Next, we're getting the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's something that kept going wrong for you when it comes to your career. Maybe you were betrayed in a past scenario. Okay? Maybe you chose a path that just kept not working out. Spirit guides are trying to tell you that's done with. It's done with. You're done with this situation where you kept losing, or so you thought, because the Ten of Swords is the poor me card. Perhaps the path you chose, you've had a lot of failures. You've had a lot of betrayals and things not working out, and you're like, oh God, I've been through so much, and you have. But spirit guides are telling you with this Nine of Cups, but you're sitting pretty. Do not for a second think that these betrayals or these things that happen to you means that you're in a bad situation right now. You're actually in a great situation. And we're getting the Ace of Pentacles again. Oh my gosh. Oh, this was actually the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you have a love for learning. There's something you love to learn about. You might have to become a student. There's something you're trying to learn. There's something you're going to school for. It's something new. Spirit guides are encouraging you to hang in there. Hang in there with this path of schooling. You have the intelligence. You have the ability to nurture the opportunity you have into something very successful. Okay? Exactly. You have an opportunity in hand. And it's going to bring you a lot of abundance. Okay? Rabbits represent fecundity. Okay? Because they have lots of babies. And abundance. Okay? They are very fruitful. So this opportunity you have in hand is going to make you very wealthy, fam. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to make you very, very wealthy. You need to stick with it. It's going to bring you material abundance and material security. We're getting the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. My goodness, fam. Whatever it is you're working on, you're on the right path. Just hang in there. I know that it doesn't look like what you should. I don't think this is not going to lead me anywhere. I got a few supporters, sure, but it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Spirit guides are saying hang in there. Okay? Avoid this poor me mentality. Avoid it. Avoid this, oh, but it didn't work. So many times I tried and it sucked. And it did. But spirit guides are saying it's the sacrifice of it that counts. You are making a sacrifice. This is what a lot of people are afraid to do. You're doing what a lot of people are afraid to do, fam. A lot of people are afraid to go through these tests and trials and go through all this pain. But you are doing it. You did it. So stick with it. I feel like the corner is turning for you. The corner is turning for you. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going to be happening in the future if you stick with this advice and follow this advice. Okay, so what will be the outcome for my viewer if they stick with this advice? What will be the outcome for my viewer's career if they follow Let's take a look at what the outcome is going to be. Now, take outcomes and predictions with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of the power is in your hands. Okay, so you might find out about something new after this reading has concluded, and that will change your trajectory. So that would change the outcome for you. So take the outcomes and predictions with a grain of salt. Now, by and large, though, if you follow the advice here, these energies are coming through for you, and so there is quite a bit of accuracy and resonance. I recommend you write it down, take note, write the date down, write my channel down, and see some of these happening with you over time. Then you know I'm your reader, and that there was a lot of accuracy in this reading for you. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. I see that you're going to end up in a job, fam. A job where you're being very productive, a job where you've been given responsibilities that pays well. Okay, it's going to be a stable job, a stable career. And you're going to be, I see workmanship here. You're going to be very good at it. Your skills are going to be very respected. And you can see the ring of toadstools here around the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to be protected. It's going to be a protected job. You're going to have job security. Okay? We're seeing the Six of Cups. This could be working with people, working with children, or working with, working with the young. Perhaps you'll be a teacher. I don't know. Or it could be that you will end up working with people you used to be with in the past, people you used to talk to. So this could be like, that you're going to end up working with people from your past, and they're going to give you steady employment, and you're going to be very good at it. Okay, this is what's going to end up happening for you in your career if you follow this advice, if you persevere and follow the advice that's been given here. Next, we're seeing the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. You're going to be dealing with very ethical people. You're going to end up with people in your life who are ethical, who tell the truth, who are going to treat you, they're not going to be like warm or playing favorites, but if you do good work, they will reward you. They're not going to play games with you. They're not going to toy with you. Okay, this is where you're headed if you follow this advice, if you persevere. You're going to be treated ethically, truthfully. Now, a lot will matter on how you conduct yourself, so conduct yourself well. But you're going to be dealing with people who you can depend on to tell you the truth, who you can depend on to reward you accurately, to treat you accurately. You're not going to be in a situation where you do really good work only to find out that someone's being shady. They didn't want to reward you correctly. Or they got jealous. They didn't want to tell you were that good. Or, they were playing games or playing mind games or scamming you. No, you're going to be dealing with ethical people. You're going to end up dealing with quality people who respect your work. They judge you by your work, not by your look, not by what culture you come from, not by anything. All they'll care about is that you are good at your job. That's it. And that's where you're going to be shining, because you're very good. Okay. Now I feel like for some of you, you're going to have room to have kids. You're going to end up in a career that gives you space to have children. So if you'd worried about this, I feel like this is coming up for some of y'all. You're wondering, is this career path, will I be able to have time for my children? Where I end up if I go with this? Yes, you'll have time for your children. You'll have time to give birth to children. You'll have time to keep an eye on them and take good care of them, to be able to protect them. You can see this mouse standing up on this podium here with a sword, looking out for the children. You'll be able to provide for your children too. A safe environment. Okay, we're getting the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. Very interesting energies coming through. You're going to end up calling the shots, fam. So for some of you, if you are considering becoming an entrepreneur or something like that, you're going to end up calling the shots. You're going to be able to put what doesn't serve you out of your mind. So bad memories, people that mistreated you, things that are trying to distract you and mess with your work or getting your, you're going to be able to tune these things out. You're not going to have people try to hold you back, hold you down, or you'll be able to tune out what doesn't work for you effectively, and you will be calling the shots. I see planning. I see courage, moving ahead boldly. Okay, in some industry, you'll be in charge. I feel like you're going to be in charge. Okay, you're going to end up in a position of leadership. It's in a position of leadership, maybe not over others, maybe over others, but specifically a position of leadership where you're in charge of yourself. Dominion over your own career, dominion over your own, what's going to end up happening to you. It's not going to be up to others to decide what your fate's going to be. It's going to be you. You're going to be deciding your fate. And that's where you're going to be ending up. We have the Seven of Swords and the King of Wands. I feel like you're going to be avoiding death. And I don't mean literal death. I just feel like you're going to be avoiding a career path or something that was going to not go well. It was like a dead end. Okay, you're going to be avoiding dead ends in your career, and you're going to be assertive, You're going to be assertively and boldly taking charge of your career path. Okay, that's what's going to be happening with you. All right. I see that you're going to be avoiding also someone who was very domineering, like a bully. You're going to be getting away from this bullying energy. I feel like there was someone that was trying to basically boss you around and tell you how it's done, but they were unfair and foul-mannered. You had to deal with someone else's bullcrap. You're going to be avoiding negativity and avoiding dead ends. Okay, and you're going to be taking charge, taking full control of your path. All right, final, we're getting the Lovers and the Five of Wands. The Lovers and the Five of Wands. Fam, you're going to be making a choice that makes your heart glad. You're going to be making a choice that makes your heart glad. I feel like you're going to be avoiding heartbreak. If you follow this advice, you persevere, you're going to be avoiding heartbreak. You're going to be sticking with someone. I feel like you formerly had your heart broken, but you're going to be you're going to hold on to someone. You're going to be sticking with someone who's not going to be doing that to you. You're going to be sticking with a career that's not going to be doing that to you. Okay? You're going to be done with this competitive energy. This is competitive, conflicted energy, perhaps conflicted within you. And you're going to set all that conflict from others and within yourself aside and boldly and gladly hold on to this career path that you are going to really love. Okay. I also feel that this career path you're going to be taking is going to allow you to remain close to your loved ones. It's also going to allow you to step away from a field that was overly competitive, so competitive that people were resorting to like all kinds of weird tactics to try to keep others down. You're going to be avoiding all that. You're going to be cycling through that, past that, and into a situation where you're going to be getting healed, where you're going to be getting love. I'm seeing an educational path because the Lover's card is also about higher learning. So I feel like for some of you, you might be choosing a path where you want to maybe go back to school, and this will give you a fighting edge over the competition. Okay, I feel like that might be happening for some of you, and that's what I'm seeing in the cards, fam, as far as this career guidance reading. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking part in the Reddit poll that I set up. Take very good care of yourself, okay, and best of luck. Mwah. Bye.